This video presents historical analysis of declassified government research for educational purposes. Between 1972 and 1995, the United States government allocated over $20 million to investigate whether human consciousness could be used as an intelligence-gathering tool. What you're about to learn isn't conspiracy theory or paranormal speculation. This is documented American history, released through the Freedom of Information Act, involving some of the most prestigious research institutions in the country. The Classified Government Research Program. Project Stargate began during the height of the Cold War when the CIA faced a critical intelligence gap. Soviet facilities were increasingly difficult to penetrate through conventional espionage, and satellite technology had significant limitations. The solution proposed by the Defense Intelligence Agency was unprecedented. Could human consciousness access information beyond the normal sensory channels? The program was conducted at Stanford Research Institute by legitimate physicists Harold Puthoff and Russell Targ. These weren't fringe researchers. Puthoff had previously worked on classified laser research, and both had published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. Their mission was to test a phenomenon called remote viewing, the alleged ability to describe distant locations using only mental focus, without any conventional information sources. The documented experimental results. One of the most documented cases involves former police commissioner Pat Price. In 1974, researchers provided him with only geographical coordinates, no maps, no briefings, no context. Price proceeded to describe a Soviet research facility in Kazakhstan, including architectural details, crane colors, and operational activities. When satellite imagery became available months later, his descriptions matched the actual facility with remarkable accuracy. The CIA documentation shows this wasn't an isolated incident. Over 23 years, thousands of trials were conducted under controlled laboratory conditions. Dr. Jessica Utz of UC Davis, a respected statistician, analyzed the complete dataset. Her published findings indicated statistical significance that exceeded chance probability by substantial margins. Even Dr. Ray Hyman, a psychology professor known for debunking paranormal claims, acknowledged that the results showed effects beyond random chance, though he attributed them to potential methodological issues rather than genuine anomalous phenomena. The scientific methodology and peer review. What distinguished this research from typical paranormal investigations was its adherence to rigorous scientific methodology. The experiments employed double-blind protocols to eliminate bias, statistical analysis meeting academic standards, independent verification of results, peer review through established scientific channels. The research was published in legitimate scientific journals and subjected to the same scrutiny as any other experimental psychology study. Later neurological studies documented unusual brain activity patterns in successful remote viewing sessions, showing activation in visual cortex regions despite subjects having their eyes closed and no visual stimuli present. The historical context and intelligence applications. Understanding Project Stargate requires recognizing its historical context. During the 1970s and 1980s, both American and Soviet intelligence agencies were exploring unconventional methods for gathering information. The program attracted serious government attention because traditional intelligence gathering faced increasing challenges. If consciousness could access information through unknown mechanisms, it represented a potentially revolutionary intelligence capability. However, the practical applications proved inconsistent. While some sessions produced remarkably accurate results, others yielded no useful information. This unpredictability made the phenomenon unsuitable for reliable intelligence operations. The official evaluation and program termination. In 1995, the CIA commissioned the American Institutes for Research to conduct a final evaluation of the program's effectiveness. Their assessment concluded that remote viewing could not be relied upon for intelligence purposes due to inconsistent results and limited operational utility. However, the evaluation also noted that certain statistical effects observed in laboratory settings could not be easily explained through conventional means. The program was terminated not because nothing happened, but because what did happen couldn't be reproduced reliably enough for practical intelligence work. The broader implications for consciousness research. Project Stargate's legacy extends beyond its intelligence applications. The research raised fundamental questions about the nature of human consciousness and information processing. Modern neuroscience has identified phenomena like quantum effects and microtubules and non-local correlations in brain activity that weren't understood during the original research period. Whether the observed effects resulted from unknown properties of consciousness, sophisticated pattern recognition, or experimental artifacts, the research demonstrated that our understanding of human cognitive capabilities remains incomplete. The educational value of declassified research. The declassification of Project Stargate serves as an important case study in government research methodology and the investigation of anomalous phenomena within institutional frameworks. It demonstrates how legitimate scientific institutions approached claims that challenged conventional understanding using rigorous experimental protocols and peer review processes. The research also illustrates the challenges of studying phenomena that don't fit easily within established scientific paradigms, questions that remain relevant for contemporary consciousness research and neuroscience. Contemporary relevance and ongoing questions. Today's advances in quantum physics, neuroscience, and information theory provide new frameworks for understanding the questions Project Stargate investigated. Research into quantum coherence in biological systems, the hard problem of consciousness, and non-local correlations continues to push the boundaries of our understanding of mind and reality. Whether you approach these questions from a materialist scientific perspective or remain open to expanded models of consciousness, the fundamental questions raised by this research remain compelling. The importance of scientific inquiry. Project Stargate's most valuable contribution may be its demonstration that even extraordinary claims can be investigated through proper scientific methodology. The researchers maintain scientific rigor while exploring phenomena at the edges of accepted knowledge, an approach that advances understanding regardless of specific outcomes. This balance between skeptical inquiry and openness to unexpected results represents the best traditions of scientific investigation. Historical lessons and future directions. History shows us that today's impossibilities sometimes become tomorrow's technologies. Radio waves, quantum mechanics, and digital computation all faced initial skepticism from established scientific communities. Project Stargate reminds us that the boundaries of the possible may be broader than we typically assume, while also demonstrating the importance of rigorous methodology in exploring those boundaries. The program's legacy isn't about proving or disproving specific paranormal claims. It's about the ongoing human quest to understand consciousness, reality, and the full scope of human potential through careful scientific investigation. As we continue advancing our understanding of neuroscience and consciousness, the questions raised by Project Stargate remain relevant for researchers, policymakers, and anyone interested in the capabilities and limitations of human cognition. What aspects of this historical research program do you find most significant? Share your thoughts on how declassified government research contributes to our understanding of consciousness and scientific methodology.